Greetings, fellow player of Blood on the Clocktower! I'm Gray, and I'm going to walk you through the process of using the official Blood on the Clocktower app from a player's perspective, which is to say, this video doesn't cover storytelling. First, point your browser at online.bloodontheclocktower.com, and if you already have an account, go ahead and log in. But if you don't, let's get you one! Click the register button. And then provide an email address. And then provide a password. Confirm that password. Accept the terms of use, and then I'll leave it up to you whether or not you decide to subscribe to the newsletter. Click register one more time. It's going to have a little think. As you can see here, it tells you that you need a subscription to play. That is true. However, if within your Clocktower group you have someone who already has a minion tier subscription, you don't need a subscription to play, you just need them to be in the game. In the group that I play with, we already have such a subscription, so you need not worry about having your own. What you do need to do, however, is set up your camera and mic. So click the Setup Mic/Cam button and click Start. Oh, now that's a problem. Access to camera is blocked. Well, I'm going to unblock it. Let's always allow it. And let's rerun it. Oh, there I am. Now you can see me because my camera is functional. Everything else here looks good to me. It's using the audio device I want it to use. You can make adjustments as you see fit here. But I'm just going to say back. Now that you've set up your mic and camera, you're ready to join a game. There are two ways that can happen. The storyteller can send you a link that you can then paste into your browser, or you can click Join Game and paste in a session ID that your storyteller would have also sent you, and that's what I'm going to do here. Once it's in, click Save, wait just a moment. Welcome to the Grimoire. Let's talk about what you can see. Right now in this game, there are 9 players, so there are 9 seats around the Grimoire. 2 of those seats are currently occupied by Zargo and Camilla. You are about to be one of those players as well, and you have a free choice. You get to choose whichever seat you want to occupy, and the only restriction is you can't choose an already occupied seat. So look for any seat that has a chair icon that is jumping about like that, and something that says seat and a number. I'm going to choose seat 1, and to do that I just click on the big token above seat 1. Now because I've actually logged into this account before, it already remembers my name. That's great. For you, on your first login, it's going to ask you to give it a name. Let's simulate that by just me clicking change name here. I typed in my name, Gray. Click save, you'll do the same, and it will be set. While we're here, let's go ahead and change our pronouns. That's quite important. I'm he, him. And click save once more. Now you'll notice something. My camera didn't connect. What's up with that? Well, sometimes that happens. And it's pretty appropriate for us to talk about a little bit of troubleshooting while we're here. To do that, you got a couple of options. The quickest way is to hit the Q key to bring up the app settings, then move over to the chat tab. And you'll notice that my camera is not lit up yellowy orange like the mic is. So I'm going to click the camera icon. That didn't work. Let's toggle it off again and toggle it back on. That didn't work either. All right, let's try something else. If you were in Discord at the same time and this were happening, that could also be a problem. Discord could be grabbing either your video or audio resources. You might want to quit out of Discord and reload the app. That's what I'm going to do here. I'm not in Discord. I don't need to quit out, but I am going to reload the app. And in my case, I'm just going to hit Command R. I'm on a Mac. You might be Control R on Windows, just to refresh the browser page. Well, well, well. That did the trick. So when all else fails, just reload the browser and you should be able to get your video back. Same can be true for audio that you hear and the audio that you speak through your mic. Let's say your audio and video are working fine now, just like mine are, but you want to turn off your mic or you want to turn off everybody else's sound, or you want to turn off your video. You can do that if you go into the upper right-hand corner and use these buttons to toggle. I'm going to turn off all the voice chat. That also turns off the mic, though I'm recording this and you can still hear me. Nobody else can. Then I'm going to turn off my video. Oh, goodbye. And to turn these back on, you just click them one more time. Video is back. Mic is back, but I can't hear anyone. And now I can hear everyone. There's also a shortcut to toggle your mic on and off, which you might want to know about because it's just polite to turn off your mic when you're not speaking. That's the period key on your keyboard. I'm going to type that now. And you'll see, yep, sure enough, I went into mute mode. I hit it one more time and it brings me back. Let's do a little more orientation around the grimoire, shall we? If you mouse over the center of the screen, you're going to see the current player count. We have 9 players in this game. You see that here. Underneath that, you'll see a breakdown of the different character types and how many of those should be in the game based on this player count. So we have 5 townsfolk, 2 outsiders, a minion, and a demon. Of course, if you're playing a script that has outsider manipulation and one of the roles that manipulates outsiders is in the game, then secretly the outsider count will have changed. But this center display will absolutely not tell you about that. That's for you to discover on your own. There's another way to see this other than mouse over. So let me move my mouse away, and instead I'll hit the T key, which I've just done. And you'll notice that the player count appears in the center of the screen again, but also all the tokens around the board have flipped. And what that shows you is who's alive, and for those that are dead, who has a dead vote remaining. All right, you can hit the T key again, and everything returns to normal. Another shortcut you might care about is the C key, which shows you a list of all the characters on the script. You can hit C again to get rid of that, or click away from it, it'll disappear. You can hit the N key to bring up the night order. And if you wanted, you could also use this little icon in the upper left-hand corner to go back to the character list. And similarly, in the upper left-hand corner, you'll see the night order by clicking that. And you can get rid of this by clicking to the side. Instead of using the C key to show the characters that are on the script, you could also, and I think more conveniently, click this Characters tab, and it'll pull out just enough for you to see all the character names and their icons. But you can click once more, and you'll get all of the ability descriptions as well. A third click will push that tab all the way back to the right again. Oh, the storyteller is ready to begin the game, and that means they're going to pass out our tokens. Let's see what that looks like. Oh, I can't wait to see what I am. I'm the empath! Ooh, one of the most powerful roles on this script. Can't wait to figure out if Zargo and Camilla can be trusted. But I have to wait until night to find that out. So let's go ahead and move into the night phase. As you can see, when we go into night, cameras turn off. This is true for everyone. You're not going to see anybody's camera feed, including your own. However, you are heard and you can hear everybody else, unless of course you mute them or you mute yourself. But normally you can hear all conversations at night and everyone can hear you. This is really important to keep in mind because at some point in the night, depending on how your storyteller runs the night, they might want to come to you for a private real-time chat. And when that happens, your mic gets turned off from everybody else, and you also can't hear anybody else. You're yanked out of the conversation in the town, and you're put into a conversation with the storyteller. Oh, our storyteller wants to talk to us. Speaking of which, well, hello there, good storyteller. What information do you have for me this night? What's that you say? A 0? I can implicitly trust my 2 neighbors, Zargo and Camilla? That's amazing! I hope I'm not poisoned or drunk. Well, I guess I'll find out. Thanks very much. Goodbye. To exit a chat, be it with the storyteller here, or in a little bit I'll show you chats with other players, you go to the left, and if this tab that says chat isn't pulled out, you'll need to pull it out. I'll push it in here to show you the alternate state. Pull it out by clicking chat. Then you'll see an exit icon, leave room. Click that, and you're out. and you're back into the normal nighttime interface, and everybody can hear you again. So be aware of that. Now, that's not the only way a storyteller might choose to provide information to you. Instead, the storyteller has the process of waking you through the app and sending you the information. Oh, we've been awakened by the storyteller, and the storyteller has told us 0. And for the empath, that would mean, theoretically, both of my neighbors are good. Amazing! Now, to acknowledge that you have received this information, and that's a very important step so the storyteller knows they can move on in the night order, you click this thumbs up, got it button, and then you click send. For the sake of argument, let's say we're not the empath. Let's say we're the demon, and the storyteller wants to wake us up to let us know who our minion is. They can do that as well through the interface. And they just construct a message that says, these are your minions, and sends it. Hey, these are your minions. Seat number 8. Good to know. I hope seat number 8 is a good player. I've never played with them before. Similarly, you're going to click got it so that the storyteller understands that you have received this information and send that along. Keeping with that notion that you're the demon, let's say this is not night 1, but it's night 2, and you need to make a choice of who to kill. Or maybe you're the monk and you need to choose who to protect. The storyteller can send that question to you through the interface as well. Oh, make a choice, all right. Well, I know either as the imp or as the monk, I need to choose a player. So I'm going to click player, and then I'm going to go around the circle, and I'm going to either kill or protect seat 4. And then I'm going to send that to the storyteller. I think that's all you need to know about the night phase. So let's go back into the day phase. Good morning. I hope you're still alive. I hope I didn't kill you. Maybe I protected you. Who knows? Let's talk about how to communicate with each other. The most important concept in communicating with others in the app is the enter key. Hit the enter key and you'll see a few bubbles appear over folks. Now, right now in this simulation, I only have 3 connected players, myself included, around the grimoire. And the others are just empty seats. Normally in a game, you're going to have every seat connected to, and you'll see these bubbles appear over everyone, with the exception of the ellipsis bubbles. So let's talk about those first. You'll see Zargo, Camilla, and I all have ellipsis bubbles. No one else on the screen, even if they were connected, would have those. The reason is, for Zargo and Camilla, this enables you to have private text whispers between your neighbors. And the one on your face allows you to set an announcement. So let's do that. I'm going to click my own. It's going to ask me for an announcement message. Zargo is a narc, so I need people to know that. Click save. And there it is. It's going to scroll for a bit and eventually time out and disappear. You don't need to worry about it. You could change it to something else if you wanted to, but you don't have to remove it. It will go away on its own. Let's say we instead wanted to send the same message to Camilla. Hit enter again, click Camilla's ellipsis speech bubble, and then tell Camilla Zargo's a narc. So I've sent that message over to Camilla. Let's take a look at those. You have to open up the whisper pane to see it. Sure enough, Zargo's a narc. I've sent that over. Camilla might be interested in talking back to me, so I'm going to have her do that. She disagrees. She thinks Zargo is not an arc. Okay, well, time will tell. That's all I know. Let's get rid of this whisper pane. Instead of just using text whispers to communicate, maybe you want to have a real-time conversation with somebody over audio and video. To do that, it's the same process. Just hit the enter or return key, up will pop the bubbles, and instead of clicking the ellipsis bubble, use the double bubble. And I'm going to do that right now with Zargo. That'll send an invitation request to Zargo, which Zargo is going to accept, because I compelled him to. Hi, Zargo. You're a narc. No, you're not. I'm sorry. I'm just spreading that vicious rumor about you for no reason whatsoever. Would you like to hard claim to me? I'm the empath. Who are you? You're the virgin? I believe you. Okay, so I've just learned some important information from Zargo, and I want to keep track of that in the grimoire. To do that, I already have my video zoomed out, but I should show you that you can click one of the video feeds, either of them, doesn't matter, and that will zoom back in the video. Hello there. That's great for having your conversation, of course, but it's not great for interacting with the grimoire. So you want to zoom that back down, click either of the video feeds to do that. And now we can freely interact with the grimoire. Zargo just told me that he's the Virgin. So I'm going to open up the character chooser by clicking Zargo's main character token, which is empty right now for me. And I'm going to click Virgin. And that's great. Now maybe there's some additional information I learned in this chat that I'd like to add here. And I can do that using reminder tokens. If you see, as I mouse over beside each of the player tokens, there's a little empty token that appears. That's for reminder token. Now I'm going to go over to Zargo. I'm going to click his empty reminder. And you'll notice that it shows you only, right now, what it believes are relevant reminder tokens. And that's because it's only showing you the reminder tokens for the characters that I've put into the grimoire, Virgin and Empath. But if I wanted to use any of the other reminder tokens for the script, I can do that by clicking Other and bringing up the full list. But in this case, I want to put a custom note in. So I'm going to use the custom note reminder token. I can write whatever I want here. And I'm going to put evil, question mark. Maybe I'm getting kind of a subtle evil read on Zargo. Save that, and that'll appear. Now, if you, for some reason, want to get rid of that, you just mouse over any of the reminder tokens you've put. An X will appear, you click that X, and it goes away. There's another way to indicate Zargo might be evil, though, and that is to go back into the character chooser interface by clicking Zargo's token. And then you'll notice in the bottom right corner, good or evil. I'm going to click evil, and that's going to show me all of the tokens in evil form. And I'll click Virgin again. And now, of course, in this script, there isn't the possibility of an evil Virgin, but I think Zargo might be evil, and I think that Virgin claim might be a total lie. So I'm going to visually indicate that to myself. Now let's say Zargo and I have had a really lovely chat, but we'd like to get Camilla's input on something. Now, of course, you can leave the chat and go organize with Camilla. Hey, Camilla, Zargo and I would like to talk to you. Let's go meet in the graveyard or the monastery or the church, one of these chat rooms on the left, which we'll talk about in a second. Absolutely fine to do that. But you can also just directly invite Camilla to join you in this very chat. To do that, you guessed it, just hit the enter or return key, and up pops the invite button, this little person with a plus. Click the person with a plus, an invitation will be sent to Camilla, and then she will accept the invitation, and voila, we have 3 people in this chat. It's glorious. I'm going to zoom in here so we can see it in all of its glory. Oh, beautiful. Hi, Camilla. How are you doing? Would you like to... You're the demon. You're going to hard claim imp to us. Well, that's cool. I guess I'll just mark you down as imp. Thanks very much. Okay. So now that we've had this great chat with the 3 of us, we're done with it. I'm going to zoom back out so that I can get access to the exit button. You have to voluntarily exit chats. People will leave you. You'll be stuck here in no person's land. You can leave though, and you should leave first. And I'm going to click the chat exit button there. I'm going to also do the same for Zargo and Camilla. Bye-bye. To communicate with others in real time, you're probably mostly going to use the private video chats that we just talked about, but there is another form that you can use, and that is the chat room. To go into a chat room, open the chat tab on the left here by clicking the chat word, and then you'll see a number of options to choose from monastery to laboratory in this case. I'm going to say, hey Zargo, I got some hot goss. Come into the monastery and let me tell you all about it. I'm going to click monastery. I'm going to join. Let's say Zargo is intrigued by this, and Zargo is also interested. In comes Zargo. Hello, Zargo. How you doing? I don't have any hot goss. I just want to make other people think I did. All right. Now that I'm in here with Zargo, the rules of the interface are the same. I can interact with the game board as I did before, adding reminder tokens, changing player tokens. I can also click video feeds to zoom in and zoom out. Now let's say that while Zargo and I are speaking in here, the storyteller has decided that it's time to bring the day to a close and get to some nominations and executions. To signal that, they will sound a gong. And while the gong goes off, you'll see this visual indicator to ask you to return to the town square. Zargo and I, as polite people, probably want to do that. Or maybe we still have something we want to talk about a little bit longer and we're going to ignore that gong. Well, the storyteller can just keep on hitting that gong as many times as they like to annoy us, or to make us feel ashamed, or to trigger our politeness response so that we just go back of our own accord. The storyteller, however, cannot forcibly yank us back. It's up to us to leave this chat and go back to town square, which we will do right now. Gray nominates Camilla. Camilla, you told me you were the demon. I'm just going to believe you. Let's go on your word. I'm going to vote for this. All right. Storyteller will initiate a nomination cycle as soon as you announce that you intend to nominate somebody. That's what's happened here. I want to vote on this, so I'm going to put my hand up. Up it comes. I can also pull it back down, should I want to, by clicking the hand down button. But I'm not going to do that. I'm going to keep my hand up. All right? And then I give my accusation, which I've already done. Camilla gives her defense. I'm not evil. I was lying about being the imp. Don't kill me. Do we believe her? I don't know. Let's run this vote. Oh, Camilla's going to vote for this. Oh, Zargo's going to vote for this. But unfortunately, it is not going to be enough to get Camilla on the block. Well, that's unfortunate. For the sake of argument, let's say we're using a different script that has a psychopath on it, and let's say that Camilla is actually the psychopath. And let's further say that there were enough votes in the last round of voting to put Camilla on the block. And no one else got on the block, and Camilla was executed. In that scenario, as the psychopath, we would need to initiate Rochambeau, or rock, paper, scissors, and the app has a way for you to deal with that. First, the mechanic involves using the spacebar to raise your hand. So let me show you what that looks like just by raising your hand normally. I hit the spacebar. Hey! High five. But you can change what that hand icon looks like. And to do that, open up your configuration menu, go to the During Game tab. You'll see an icon that you can click to cycle through different hand gestures. The default one is the wave that looks like paper. There it is. But the next one, if you click here, gives you a fist or rock. And the next one, if you click again, gives you scissors. And if you click one more time, it cycles you back to the default of hand or paper. In this way, you can use on-screen hand gestures to play rock, paper, scissors with the psychopath. Well, my friends, that's about all I have to say in this little introduction to the app, with the exception of one last thing, and that is how to leave the app. You can leave a game by going over to the Playing tab and clicking Leave Session, or you can log out of the app entirely by going to the App tab and clicking Log Out. I hope you've enjoyed this little walkthrough. I hope you have a great day, and I hope you die in blood on the Clocktower!